testing my ankle or not. Do we do the test?
This is good. I'm good here. You want to try yours, Marco?
1, 2.
Yep, that's good.
2.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll just have to try it once we get out there, and we should be right. Kick us off, mate. I've lost my mic now.
No, it's just this.
1, 2, 1, 2. Yep.
Is that him? That was a rep, I think.
That was 1, 2.
Yeah, I'll just turn it down a bit. You can play with that if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready now.
I seem to have lost my mic, mate.
Oh.
1, 2, yeah, there it is. That's a worry, isn't it? As long as you're still getting something, I guess, is the main thing.
Yeah.
All right. Righto.
Good?
Yep. Good, go.
Rolling.
Hello and welcome to Jamison Oval for round 12 of the Griffin League or John Dent Cup 2019 season. Brett McKay with you for Bar TV Sports, where the Western District Lions run out in front of us here to host Eastern Suburbs in the Hahn Super Drive match of the round. And joining me in commentary today from the West Club, Marco Cecere makes his welcome return to Jamison Oval. How are you, Marco?
Very well, Brett. How are you, mate?
Yeah, really well, really well. Thanks for joining us in commentary today. I'm really looking forward to this game. It's 6v7 on the table, but these are two teams that have got plenty to play for. They want to finish the season high, and I reckon there's a bit of bragging rights on offer here today.
Absolutely, I agree. They've had some really close games, East and West, the last couple of years. And like you say, wrong end of the table, but there's plenty of good footballers on both sides, and West have given up plenty of half-time leads this year, so hopefully they can get one up today, get a good win.
East had the bye last week, and West, unfortunately, on the end of a 54-14 loss to Royals over there at Phillip. Elsewhere today, Royals and Uni North facing off at Phillip. It's big 70th anniversary celebrations for Royals. We wish everyone the best of luck in those celebrations there today. Gungahlin have the bye. Queanbeyan are playing Tuggeranong out at Campese Oval today. Our referee today is Dennis Beisner, who gets us just about to get us underway out in the middle of Jamison Oval. It is a magnificent afternoon, blue skies. A bit cool though, Marco, we've got to say that. It's worth acknowledging, but I'm looking forward to this game very much as Dennis Beisner gets us underway with West running to the northern end of Jamison Oval. East coming to the south, left to right on your screen as you look at it. And they're working their way out of their own 22 here now with a good touch finder near halfway. But he's been ruled. He's outside the 22 when he's kicked that, Marco.
He was. He's taking it back in or just outside, so yeah, good chance.
Righto.
Early.
Big opportunity here now for West. Their set piece has been strong all year. It's been a hallmark of their game. There's no doubt. As the West second grade celebrates behind us, you may well be hearing that through our mics. But it's an overthrow to start with, and that's not the way they'd want to get their set piece underway. There's good work there in the end from John Bosco Tongaloa for East. He's a good, strong carry from Andrew Whittle, his loose head partner. Pass back this time. Slightly better kick. Didn't look much better off the boot. We've got an injury down there, Marco, already. It's Augustin Limaleba, the big number 5 for East. And I think that was at the back of that line out from memory. I think it was Augustin that cleaned up that loose line out ball, and he's come down heavily, certainly.
Yeah, he doesn't look good, does he? He looks like he may have... He's landed on his shoulder there, whether it's popped out. They're pretty concerned.
Yeah, certainly
away,
are.
So hopefully he's okay.
A couple of trainers there for him for East. There's certainly plenty of concern here. There's been injuries aplenty here at Jamison today. It's the second grade game finished only a minute or two before we kicked off here in first grade, and a couple of lengthy delays there. But he's certainly still down and not in a good way there, Augustin Limaleba. Really looking forward to seeing how Blake Enever goes for East today, running around at number 8, getting plenty of miles in his legs, and The Brumbies, if they can get a win tonight, well, they're on their way to Argentina, and you'd imagine they're probably going to take a squad of 20 out of 29, so good performance here for Blake today.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess Blake hasn't been involved with the Brumbies as much as he has in previous years, so he's looking to play well here today. As you say, you never know what will happen with that bigger squad going to Argentina next week.
Of course, the Brumbies and Sharks tonight out at Canberra Stadium. Very much looking forward to getting out there for that game. Hopefully it's in front of the biggest crowd of the year. It definitely deserves the biggest crowd of the year, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Yeah, I think it will be. I think people will respond, hopefully, Brett, and get out there and support them. But they're looking good.
Yeah, there's just been plenty of buzz, plenty of talk around town this week too. We've noticed, which has been great. East, they're underway here again, and they're finally getting themselves into attacking position there. Liam Harrison with a nice touch at fly half to get his game underway. Looking to direct them around. George Morceau, a dangerous character wherever he gets his hand on the ball in attacking territory. Here is that man, Blake Enever. It's a good first carry too. Took the first contact and kept going past that point of contact. On a bit of a roll here now, East. We're trying to work their way into an attacking zone. They're about 5 short of the 22. The ball's spilled out though. West have got it now. A little missed opportunity perhaps here for West. And now the Lions trying to work their way towards their halfway line. Caden Tanana there, just looking to marshal the troops. Here's a good strong carry here. Callum Bell, who's been pretty good for the Lions all season. Tanana, Liam Rash. 2 young second rowers, Marco, but they're pretty handy players, Liam Rash, Callum Bell.
They are. They've been in first grade for especially Liam for a couple of years now. Yeah. He's been in and around the Brumbies setup too, so very good player.
This is Anna Takiari over there on the far side in the headgear. It was a good, strong carry. They're coming wide here now, West. There is Liam Rash, Ben Coots over the top there, ready to clean out. Getting on a bit of a roll here. This is Tanana. And a good carry up through the middle, edging into the 22. They're doing well here, West. Plenty of patience from Liam Rash as well. It's good to see. And there's Callum Bell working well in tandem, the 2 locks. Tanana goes far side. Good carry there to Chen Tung. But we've got a little crossover, little obstruction call there.
Yeah, it looks like a little bit of communication was a bit poor. It was definitely on down that right side, but Chan Tung, as I said, there was a runner that came across, pretty obvious obstruction there, so they'll be disappointed with that. Good chance to score early, West. They need to get off to a good start. Good patience with the pick and drive, good ball carrying. Yeah, absolutely. You tend to find if you can put more than sort of 4 or 5 phases together, generally something opens up, so they'll be disappointed with that, but they'll look to pinch the line out here and get the ball back. Pushing
towards 8 or 10 phases in pretty quick timing there too. It was good to see from the home side. One well here by Enever, but they've had to clean up here. West, Callum Bell's got it. The Lions straight back on attack. Ben Coots launches himself into the ruck. And it wasn't entirely legal, is the decision there from Dennis Pies, though.
He's a little bit like a lot
exuberant.
He's a bit more
Cootsy.
Top-heavy these days, Cootsy, so tripping over into rucks is always a possibility. But
he was well committed. We can definitely say that, can't we?
Yeah, that's certainly one thing you can say about him. Very much well committed.
Now, you know Cootsy's game very well, having backed down alongside him for a long time, including a grand final.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we played, me and Cootsy played together in the early 2000s. Yeah. A few rep teams in Canberra, but never for West until about 2 years ago. And as you say, we actually replaced Cootsy for the grand final.
Unfortunately, he was That's right.
He was suspended.
That's true.
With 3 yellow cards, which was really sad. He deserved to be there. But,
absolutely. So West, East now. I'm going to get West and East. I can see I'm going to get that mixed up all day today. This is East in attack, and there's Blake Enever again, making good metres at number 8. He might have found a nice positional switch here for Blake Enever. He's certainly making a good fist of it here first up. Liam Harrison, Darcy Easton just working their way into this game, the East halves. Bit of patience about the tricolours at the moment too. Into attacking territory here now. There's been a turnover though again. Liam Rash has got it, but we're going to come back for the penalty. Bit of a high tackle seems to be the
Looks like it.
call there, doesn't it?
See
Yeah.
the player, but he's definitely indicated a high tackle. So good work from each today. Good possession, good continuity.
Yeah. They're
In a good position here.
line out throw just outside the West 22. It's their first real attacking opportunity of the game. We've had about 7 minutes of play here at Jamison Oval. Samuel Samuelu to throw in for the tricolours on the far side. Going to a pretty well to a full line out there. Malatazi it was that went up at open side. This is a good run up the middle there. Aaron Collins. Here's George Morceau, who's got the ball, and he's got plenty of attention too from West defenders. Harrison goes wide. It's Jacob Angelatis pulling in there, the fullback coming into first receiver. Harrison goes wide again. Lost a few metres here though now. Good defence from West. They've lost more metres here. George Morceau's been bossed back about 10 metres all of a sudden. And through not really doing a whole lot wrong, East have just managed to lose about 25 metres in the course of those two rucks. Launch a big clearing kick downfield. Looks like Drew Southwell in 14, I'm sure. His kick's gone out too far. Drew Southwell in 15 there. Sorry, I'm seeing things from a distance here. I was going to say that. I'm sure that's Drew Southwell in 14, but he is playing fullback.
Yeah, that's Drew. Definitely Drew a fullback. He's got the feathers clipped during the week. Well, look at that, so he does look a little bit different. But he's been on the wing, I think, most
he's
of the
been a
year,
bit back and forward, I think. Certainly enjoys playing at fullback. Plenty of space there for him.
Yeah, probably his better position, to be honest. He fills in around the spot, but he got a bit of room at fullback, as you say.
Harrison goes wide here for Easton. A good carry up through the middle through Penny Nifo. They're going to keep going to the far side through Harrison. Just on the West 22, pretty much in the centre field. Oh, it's a big, strong tackle there from Callum Bell. And he's pulled a turnover out of it as well. Done well here, West. Taking advantage of these turnover opportunities. It's Liam Rash looking for an offload. Gets it away to Callum Bell. And there's Ryan Kiley. Ball goes behind the man at the back there. Tuilagi, the outside centre, ball went behind him. It's just got a little bit scrappy here all of a sudden, Marco. It's pinging around from team to team, isn't it?
Very much so. Very, very scrappy.
Little box kick here from Liam Harrison. Southwell takes it well. Called the mark. We're going to come back from that original knock on. And he's probably done well there, Dennis Bison, to actually work out where the first knock on was, because there was a few on offer.
He's done very well. Some good lead up there, as you say. It was a good hit from Callum Bell initially on this side of the field, and as I said, put the hit in, and Ryan Keeley did well to go and actually execute the turnover. Ryan had another good involvement not long later. He's a very good player, Ryan. He's been probably West's best the last couple of years.
Ryan and Mitch Ty this season certainly have been the standouts, I think, for the Lions.
Yeah, and since I've been back in Canberra watching those guys, in terms of consistency, probably, as you say, West's best. And I guess on the smaller side for back rowers, but their work rate's fantastic. The way they read the game, you can see the way they turn over, they're really aggressive. So they'll need those guys to be good. But
and we've had 10 minutes of play. We haven't actually called Mitch Ty's name in action, but he's absolutely been in the middle of it all, and you just know he's going to get through. He'll get through his 80 minutes. He'll be probably covered in blood by the time he gets off. He's just so, he throws everything into it, doesn't he?
Absolutely. No, very committed, Mitch. He's been around the club for a long time. He's been captain, I think, for the last 2 or 3 years. So he's very much a West man, and as you say, he puts in everything. He definitely goes hard. He's good at the ruck. Very good.
Yeah, leads the side very, very well. It's Craig Robards isn't here at Jamison Oval today, which is an unusual event. It has to be said. You can't remember this happening before.
Yes, I think Robbo's had 752 consecutive Saturdays at Jamison, so he's broken a very long streak here. I'm not sure where he is and what he's up to.
No, he's accounted for. He's not missing in action.
That's right.
For the record. But he said to us during the week that it has been a bit of an up and down season. It's been a bit rough the last month or so as well. A couple of heavy losses, some injuries as well as really starting to hurt the club down through the ranks.
It's been a tough year, as you say, through the grades. The wins have been hard to come by. So a win today would turn it around. Hopefully have a good finish to the year, but it could have been a very different season, based on some of those early results. But he's right, it's been a tough year. And
Tim Cornforth, the East coach, just talking to him before the game, told me very much the same story. It's been a tough old road for East this year as well. And I know both clubs are in the situation where there's plenty of young guys in Colts are backing up and playing third grade and second grade. And I think Robbo said to us last week that there was 4 or 5 guys from Colts who backed up and played first grade in the end too.
Sounds right. Yeah, as you say, Tim Cornforth, he's done a really good job at East. Obviously, he came in there last year and they had some really good wins and seemed to turn the club around. And just sustaining that's really hard, as this season has proven. But definitely the right guy for that job, and he's done really well. So, but it's hard to sustain that club rugby.
I love that he's got Huey Edmonds looking after the scrum here. Peter Kimlin's sitting on the bench there for West. I love that some of these guys are coming back now and getting reconnected to their clubs.
Absolutely. I'm sure both sides are happy to have those guys back. It's good to see former professional players come back and help out. I'm thinking a lot of people on the west side wouldn't mind if Kimmo was actually putting on the boots rather than the clipboard, but he's certainly fit enough.
He's fit enough. I was just going to say he's
young enough and fit enough, so enough peer pressure. I reckon Pete will play the last few games of the year, but
there's your project.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, there's your project then for between now and the end of the season. So you haven't actually missed anything while we've been talking about the various states of both clubs, because we've had a couple of scrum resets over there on the far side. But we're underway here again. Liam Harrison to feed for East. It's a big West scrum straight away, but they've gone too far, and then they've gone down as well. On Ben Coots' side, I think is what
I think, Brett. It looks as if he actually got the West tight head there. To be honest, Chan Tung on Ben Coots just sort of looked fairly dominant on this side.
Yeah,
but, we couldn't really see it on where we're standing.
Went past 90 degrees pretty quickly, didn't they?
Yeah, it looks like he called him for dropping it. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there, because that is one area where West would like to get a bit of dominance.
Absolutely. So East now with a 5 metre line out throw. We've got this wonderful situation, Marco, where we've got lines everywhere on the field. We're going to be a little bit confused by some of these line markings today, but we'll do our best. East, they come down, just pull straight into their line out more. West have done well to pull it down. This is John Bosco Tongaloa, I think. He must be awfully close to the line there. Harrison goes to the short side, and the big man is over on the far side. A good run over there. I didn't get a number in the end of all that, but he strolled over pretty well untouched. It's a great try to start the proceedings for East.
Hit back on the blind side. I couldn't quite pick up who he went through, but it was a good option. He took it really well, accelerated through that gap, and they'll be happy with that, East.
Absolutely.
They haven't had many opportunities down there, but they've taken the first one where they're really close to the line. They've done well. They
brought it down to their line-out drive really well, but West did well to bring that to ground pretty well straight away, and East just found a little bit of space there.
Yeah, they did. Cootsy did a good job of sacking that line out. It's one of his real strengths as a player, but as you said, someone spotted the gap on the blind side. They've taken it, and good start for East.
So I actually think it might be Penny Nifo, I think it is.
Looks like it.
Is the try scorer, yeah. So he's had an eventful first 15 minutes of this game. He was down injured earlier. He's been strapped up twice since then.
I was about to say that. I think I called a shoulder injury. He's got strapping on
his left thigh, certainly.
I got that one wrong, but he's obviously not feeling too bad. But that's that'll give East confidence.
Absolutely.
It's obviously when you're playing against a side similar position on the ladder. You want to get that good start. So it'll be interesting to see how West come back. West have started fairly well this year, so they'll need to hit back pretty soon.
Darcy Easton's pushed his conversion attempt across the face, though. So score remains here at Jamison Oval, 5-0 in favour of East. It's been a really interesting start to the Hahn Superdry matches around from Jamison Oval. About to get underway here again. Declan Meredith will get us underway from the southern end. Wonderful afternoon, clear skies here at Jamison Oval. Field looks like it's in great nick. It's had a bit of wear, to be fair, but it just looks like it's in really good condition.
It does, yeah. Cops are hammering Jamison in close with AFL League, Union, and then obviously cricket.
Cricket in summer, yeah.
Summer, as you would know, Brett. So
yes.
It actually holds up pretty well, I think. I've generally, when I've played on it, it's been pretty good. Even the pitch is looking a bit softer than it has in previous years.
I was going to say that. I've certainly been here games last year and the wicket square wasn't anywhere near as healthy as it is right now. So
there is the unwritten rule, though, that no one gets tackled on the pitch. And
so attacking opportunity here now for West. Tepe Ludaru throws in at the top. Caden Tanana doesn't pass wide in the face of East defence rushing up on him. So West is going to play the long game here. They're just outside the East 22 at the moment. No, they're well inside. I'm getting mixed up with these lines again. My apologies for that. They're working on this. It's a good carry from Liam Rash. But it's a penalty to East. Really good work there from the East defence. And that's Curtis Maliatazi. It was Darcy Easton was in there as well, the fly half for East.
So.
Important turnover.
Absolutely. I'm not sure whether he got him for not releasing or coming in on the side. He seemed to blow it up pretty quickly, but either way, it was good defence from East. So on that ball, they look hungry, don't they?
They're picking their moments really well. I think we've got to say they've just taken their opportunities as they present themselves. Enova wins this one at the top. Harrison goes wide on the far side, and there's a big, strong carry up through the middle. That's the try scorer, Penny Nefo. The turnover comes here now, and Drew Southwell has this for West. Gets a little bit of a grubber kick ahead. It's taken well there by, yes, that's Jacob Angelatis it is, East fullback. And there's a turnover again. Turnover penalty, in fact, to West. So I think we can fairly safely, Marco, with 20 minutes gone, tick the box that this is going to be a nice, well-contested breakdown game, this one.
Absolutely. I guess it's who's going to be able to sustain it the longest. Obviously, first 20 minutes, things are, guys are pretty fresh. So as we get closer to half-time, I think it'll open up a bit, Brett. But as you say, yeah, there's good contest at the breakdown. I reckon that East fancy a scrap too, to be honest, the way they play. So I think West would be probably well advised to obviously compete in that area, but I think getting the ball out wide might be the way to go for West.
Picking the moments is going to be the important theme of the day, no doubt about it. 5 metre line out here now for West, I beg your pardon, I've done it again. Ryan Kiley runs in to fill a hole there. Liam Rash has taken this, gets an offload away to Tanana. This is Mitch Ty. Steps off his left, and then his right, goes for another run, comes down a couple of metres short. Declan Meredith comes wide. Drew Southwell chimes in. Can he get an offload away? He won't need it. Drew Southwell's in. That's just experience, Marco, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. I think Declan Meredith did a really good job there. He took the ball right to the line in two hands. He just sort of committed that, I think it was the third last East defender, which meant when he threw it and eventually got to Drew was just on the outside of that second last guy, and Drew, as you say, took the try really well. So it's good work from the young fly half there, Declan, and well finished by Drew.
Southwell had David Dwyer on his outside, which meant that the East defenders couldn't run in on him as much as they wanted to.
Yeah, exactly. And Drew's, he's a big fullback. He's a strong guy, so you'd back him there from 5-10 metres out. So that was well taken from West. Well done.
And important that West hit back.
I think so. Yeah, exactly. There's the old cliche, I suppose, that losing mentality tends to creep in. So I think if East had got a couple in a row there, I think we could have seen couple of heads go down in the west side.
Yeah.
So heading back here and hopefully going in front, well, hopefully for West say, it'll mean it'll stay nice and tight, and I think West will take some confidence from that.
That was always going to be the danger, I think, in this game today. Is Declan Meredith's conversion attempt looks good off the boot. It's just curled around left. So score remains at 5-0. I think coming into this game, my fear was that if one team got out to a bit of a jump, both sides unfortunately have had a few heavy losses this year, that you could see the heads go down. But this is really setting this contest up really nicely here now.
Yeah,
so,
no, I agree, Brett. I agree.
So really good to see both teams well and truly in this one. 5-all in the Hahn Superdry matches around here at Jamison Oval. Darcy Easton will get us back underway for East. Been a ripping contest so far. It's a good contest there at the restart as well. East have got it. Dennis Bison says play on initially, but there is a little East knock on in there. I think he might have got a word there from his assistant referee.
Yeah, I think so. The actual when he went to play the actual kick-off, West were a bit hesitant there. They didn't really get any on that, so which is surprising, but fortunate that for their sake that East knocked it on. They'll get the scrum feed.
I think Ryan Keeley was a little bit surprised that suddenly it was him that had to pull that in.
Yeah, no lifter on that setup, so they obviously just backed the second rowers to take those kick-offs, which is a bit dangerous. But
and good work from East too to actually make a contest out of it.
Yeah, very much so.
So scrum feed on their own. I was going to say their own 22 again, but that's very clearly a rugby league 30-metre line. Yes, these lines are going to throw me out all day today. That's the biggest 22 you've ever seen, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right. That's probably looking more like 35.
Yeah, we have actually look at it. There are actually markers on the 22 at each end, and there's actually no line going away from them. So they're about 30 out from their own line here, West. Caden Tanana will feed this about 5 metres in from touch. We've had 22 minutes played of the Hahn Superdry matches around. It's a big East scrum, but it's not a legal one. They'll be disappointed in that, the East pack, because they got that scrum hit. And I think Blake Enevers tried to have a bit of a word here, and it's cost his side 10 metres.
I think East can feel a little bit hard done by there. Obviously, we can't see what's happening on the other side there, Brett, but they certainly look to be dominant there. I actually don't know what he called, whether he got them for coming in on the angle or standing up, but I think West were pretty lucky to get away with that one.
Declan Meredith's touch finder is a good one, though, considering the angle he's working with. He's peeled off 25 metres there pretty comfortably, so they'll have a line-out throw for TP Lutaroo. 15 inside the East half. Tanana goes open side through Mitch Ty. He's got Ryan Kiley on his outside. He goes there. He's brought down about 30 short. Tanana goes to that open side again through Liam Rash, who had Liai Tuolangi on his outside. This is Chan Tung, who's been a strong ball carrier already through this game. Liam Rash again. He's clearly in for a big day in the ball carrying department, is Liam Rash. Oh, there's a heavy tackle on Alan Ratton. Really big tackle. But the West number 8 held that really well. This is Malingi Finau, the inside centre for West. Meredith owes a bit of space here. Declan Meredith busts through another tackle. He's brought down about where the 22 would be if it was marked. Caden Tanana looking for it. East have got this ball. They get a kick away. It's been touched. David Dwyer's got a bit of work to do. Gets away from the first tackle. He's brought down in the second. Caden Tanana's there at the back. They've got some work to do here, though, West. East have got the ball now. There's been a knock-on advantage. East have got this. Just short of halfway in the end. Liam Harrison gets a little kick away. We're going to come back for an offside penalty to East against West.
Another hectic bit of play, Brad.
It's back and forward. It's back and forward. It really is. The East, and I said it before, they're just picking their moments really well. It was a really big hit there on Alan Ratton just a moment ago, and I think that rattled a few of the West carriers because they picked their moment after that.
Absolutely. Alan did really well to hang on to it, actually.
He did.
Temptation is to try to get a pass away when someone's put a shot on you like that. But really good scramble from East. Those the back row and second row in particular, they're looking really, really strong in around that ruck, and very physical. I dare say more physical than West at this stage. So something that West need to look at.
I made the point out at Campese a couple of weeks ago that Alan Ratton doesn't look like your average number 8, but he plays well above his weight.
He does. Yeah, he wouldn't be very heavy for a number 8, but he certainly does a good job.
East have got this now, about 30 out. Here's Blake Enever. It's been really good. Ball carrying number 8 today, making a good fist of it too. Easton goes short to Penny Nifo, who's still going, the big man. He's brought down about where the 22 would be at the southern end too. They keep going wide here. This is Tongaloa. About 15 in from about 20 in from touch. They go to the open side through Darcy Eason. This is Limaleba. And there's a West penalty here. And it looks to be... No, it wasn't Mitch Ty. I thought it was Mitch Ty was in all over the top of that, but that's the penalty, not releasing.
Mitch was in and around there. Chan Tung was also there. I don't know if he actually executed the turnover.
And Takiari is the man who's come up and won the penalty for East.
Takiari, that's a surname that hasn't won too many turnovers at Jamison for a very long time. He's older. Some of his family members could watch that and learn a few things, especially Troy.
This is what I love about bringing you old boys into commentary. It's just the stitch-up opportunities for former teammates that you don't miss. It's fantastic.
Troy might be on the other side there. I'll just be a little bit careful, thought I say.
We're safe here on the grandstand side of Jamison Oval. We've got our little enclosure. I'm sure we're well safe. So West now there, trying to work this way out of their own half. Good carry here from Finau, who's been impressive, the inside centre. Well, there's a little bit going on here all of a sudden. Just a little bit of a full and frank exchange of views.
Absolutely, not much in, I don't think. But
no.
Mills for now, he's done a really good job. He's sort of he's generally been in second grade and the lower grades this year, and I think that's where he was happy to be honest. But he's obviously stepped up in the top grade today, and he's doing a good job. Solid player. Yeah,
and was actually named in second grade as well.
Is he?
So.
Yeah, he could be played both.
I don't think he did play second grade for the record.
He could play 2 games. Yeah, that's how fit he is.
He was going to be in for a busy day if the West team sheets read out like the Stampede program did. So a good touch finder in the end from Declan Meredith. I'll have a line-out throw about 35 out from the east line. Lutarou throws to the back, throws too far in the end. And there's that man, Penny Niffle, cleaning up again. This is John Bosco Tongaloa, who's done well to carry up the back, and they've made 5 or 6 metres out of this. They go strong again here. East brought down just short of halfway. They go short. Penny Nifo, really strong ball carrier. Enever goes wide. Darcy Eason gets a kick charge down. TP Lutarou, who's looking for a bounce over there in the cricket pitch. I reckon he's got away with a knock on over there. It's play on here. West have still got this. Dwyer is there. Ben Coots is the biggest scrum half we've seen at Jamison Oval here in a while. And we're going to come back to knock on advantage. No, we're still playing, I beg your pardon. Come back to that original point of the ruck. Working their way forward here, West. Liam Rash is in behind. They go on the pick and drive here. Mitch Ty's there as well, getting themselves set here, West. Callum Burr with a great ball to Ryan Keeley, who's looking for some support. Liam Rash is there with him. Alan Ratton it is, I beg your pardon. They keep coming wide here. Tanana does well to throw into the lazy East defender. They've got penalty advantage here now. Ben Coots with a big carry. He's about 5 short here for West. They're deep on attack here. Can the Lions find their way over the line again? This is TP Lutarou. Again, about 5 short. East defence being tested here. Coots, he might have backed his way over the line. He's there, Ben Coots. A well-deserved try for the big man.
Absolutely. They had a few opportunities, West, there. It started about 40 metres back. Good charge down from TP Leteru there, and he did well to follow it up and not knock the ball on, and then where they recycled the West. Tanana took the option of passing it into the opposition. I actually thought there was probably an overlap there. He probably could have played it straight away, but it's been a good result. And yeah, it's pretty hard to stop 152 kilo of Coots when he's only a couple of metres away. So he rightfully took the try, but it's a great effort in all seriousness for Coots. He's close to 40, and playing first grade week in, week out in the front row,
and still loving it.
Should be commended. Absolutely,
yeah, still loving it as Declan Meredith has converted the try. The score jumps out to 12 points to 5 in favour of the home side here at Jamison Oval. And we'll take this little moment to thank our competition partners, who Griffin Legal, of course, are the John Dent Cup naming rights sponsor. Hahn Superdry, match of the round sponsors each and every week. And we thank as well Rourke Projects, True Fit and Hill, PTP, McDonald's ACT, O'Neill's and Poplars. And you're watching the Hahn Superdry John Dent Cup match of the round on Brumbies Rugby's live streaming partner, Bar TV Sports. Brett McKay and Marco Cecere with you in commentary. It has been an absolute ripper of a contest. This has been every bit of the game I hoped it would be today.
It's been good, Brad, and we were talking about it before the game. I mean, that's why I think club rugby's so strong in Australia, because most games are like this. They tend to throw it around. You see not as much kicking as we see at the higher level, and that's what today's been like. So well taken try from West there. Ryan Keeley, a good break as well after the charge down from TP. So some good contributions from West.
It just feels like West. I think West will feel like they've got the upper hand here at the moment. So important for them now, with about 10 minutes until half time, to try and ram that home and see if they can convert that feeling into actual dominance. And we've got a little bit of a hold up. There's an East player. The East player, actually, it might be a West player, is it? Yeah, I'm just obscured here, Marco. So we've got the old mummy bandage around the face here. Is that Mills? Is that Mills Finau? Yeah, it is too. You're right. Yeah,
Tuolangi.
Yeah, Tuolangi it is. Yeah. Yeah,
that looks really comfortable.
No, I was just going to say, I wonder how long that lasts. I wonder if that's just see if we can get through to half time. We'll try and work it out after that.
Hopefully he can breathe through his ears.
Easton gets us underway here for the Tricolours. West, they're straight away from the kickoff, working their way back towards halfway. It was a good carry there, Chan Tung. And they're coming wide here through Meredith. Good little inside ball there from Luteru. Brought down just short of halfway. Meredith comes wide here again. This is Finau. This is Tuolangi. Doesn't seem to mind that bandage around the middle of the face at the moment. Meredith just controlling things nicely. Liam Rash with another good carry. Ben Coots is there for the offload. And he finds another 4 or 5 metres as well. Tanana goes wide. That's Chan Tung up through the middle, who gets a good little offload away to Caden Tanana. And they're still going here. Ryan Keeley. West stringing the faces together nicely here now. About 30 short here, 30 out. Just working their way upfield, doing it nicely. Tanana, ball's there, looking for a little kick, gets a little offload away. They still keep promoting the ball here, West. East having to show plenty of patience in defence. Ben Coots finds another metre or two past contact. Mitch Ty this time has a bit of a run, looking for an offload. Can't get one. West East have done well there in defence again. Meredith comes short side, looking for an offload runner. Well brought down. Great tackle it was by Blake Enever. West have got the penalty. Not releasing the call. It was a really important tackle from Blake Enever. It might have been the arriving tackler I think it was. Yeah. Yep. Didn't let him go. Really nice wave of attack there from West.
Yeah, really good continuity, some good touches from Rash and Ty. It's looking like they're just denting that east line a little bit easily now. So interesting to see what happens from this line.
Good connection between the West back rowers and their midfield too. I've noticed already. They go short to Ryan Keeley. There in the line out. Mitch Ty has it out the back. He has to step back off his right, comes back into traffic about where that line out ball was taken. Meredith goes wide. Good inside ball to Mills Finau. Brought down about 5 short. They keep going short side. Meredith looks inside, goes out. Dummies, goes to the ground himself. Caden Tanana's there. Ben Coots goes for a short side dart. How close is Ben Coots for a double? That would be something. And we've got a held up call there from Dennis Beisner. Really starting to string the phases together now, Marco.
Yeah, looked dangerous. Looked very dangerous. And with about 6 or 7 minutes to go before the break, another try here for West will sort of open, just create a bit of a gap on the scoreboard, Brett. But we're starting to look a little bit dominant.
Certainly the first 30 minutes of action here, 12-5 is a pretty fair indication of it. But it certainly feels like West have really swung this momentum.
Yeah, they have. I think East will they'll fancy themselves to this scrum though, to be honest. So they've been penalised once, which was harsh, and they won a genuine penalty for themselves. So Andrew Whittle there on the loose head side in particular is doing a really good job. So West will do well to get this in and out really quickly.
The old Channel 1 ball under pressure. And I can't think of the last time I've had to talk about a West scrum being under pressure.
Yeah, it's been a bit funny this year. I mean, they've chopped and changed a bit. Cootsy sort of he spent some time at loose head and tight even in the back in the second row. So they look a bit more steady there, though, which is good.
They're under attack here again. Tanana comes wide to Meredith, who went shaped outside, ended up coming to an inside runner. Have East won a turnover here? It might have been a little knock on. Where's Dennis Beisner going? Having a conversation with Steve Peake over there on the far side. He's just calling a player out here, calling Mitch Ty out. He's calling both captains. George Morceau's there for East as well. So East have won the penalty. Playing the ruck.
Like hands.
Hands in the ruck seems to be the call there, So East have dodged the bullet there, we have to say.
Yeah, a lot of pressure for West. They'll be disappointed not to score with all that field position. So East will look to hit back here. Not the greatest kick. He sort of looks like he's about the 40-metre line.
Yeah, he's a bit short there. He sort of would be just outside the 22. They've done well to win this, though. Malatasi, who was the open side flanker, brought down now just short of the cricket square there on the far side. All of a sudden, our blue skies have disappeared. There seems to be one cloud in the sky, which has put us into complete shadow. But East have won another penalty here. And this is one way to get out of your own half, isn't it? Just mount up the penalties.
Absolutely. Yeah, they've got TP Lutera for not rolling away there. So East will look to get this into West half and try to score before half time.
That looks to be a better kick from Darcy Easton there. He's found touch about 5 metres into the West half. Going to a short line out. 4 or 5 men. And if it gets up, they've done well here. Easton comes wide. Good carry up through the middle. Aaron Collins, it is the inside centre. Been pretty handy there today. Easton comes wide. There's that man Malatasi. Good runner, made some good metres past contact. Easton had to go into scrum half. Harrison was standing at first receiver. Bit of versatility amongst the halves. Easton keeps going wide here. This is Collins, finds Angelatis. The West defence is holding strong here. East haven't got past that 10-metre line at this point. Easton with a good carry. Took it himself. in the face of plenty of West pressure. Just doing it patiently here at the moment, East, but they're not making a lot of ground. This West defence is good, and this West defence wins the turnover.
Yeah, you can see there, Brett, the two guys we spoke about earlier,
Ryan Keeley and Mitch Tye.
Mitch Tye with the ball, and they're very good at that. It's very hard. So, and they probably spoke about it beforehand, but they really need to target those guys when they're going to the breakdown and really get on them early. Otherwise, they'll be hard to shift.
It had that feeling about as Declan Merritt's touch finder does find touch over there on the far side. It had that feel in the middle where East 4 or 5 phases in a row couldn't get past that same mark, and this is just setting things up here for a turnover. And sure enough, Litteru throws. No, he doesn't. There's a whistle over there on the far side, just trying to get a bit of space between the two lineouts. West line out throw taken well at the top. No, it wasn't by Callum Ball. Overthrown in the end. East have cleaned up through Penny Niffle. Here's Aaron Collins. He's been really good in the ball carrying department today. As the inside centre. There's a good carry as well from Maletasi. West have done well to hold this East player up here now. They've forced a turnover. Ball spilled out the back, but we're going to come back to penalty advantage. And then the Heat appeal. East players have appealed for, the West player kicking the ball away. So they've managed to get another 5 metres out of that. It's always a danger. You can play on a little bit too far, can't you?
Absolutely, Tanano. I mean, there's times where you can get away with kicking the ball after a penalty, but he's put in a 40-metre torpedo right in front of the ref, so probably not the smartest move, and it's given East an opportunity. Looks like they might take the shot, though. Yeah,
Darcy Easton has pointed to the sticks there. He'll take this kick about 30 out, pretty well right in front. And that's not a bad call with we're just running down the last seconds before half-time. They'll absolutely take a 12-8 scoreline at the Sheds, and particularly when only 5 or 6 minutes ago we sort of felt like West might score again.
Exactly, momentum shifted back again, bit, which I did think that they may have gone for the corner just because they've been doing well for the last 5 minutes each. But as you say, get this, make it tight, 4-point game at half-time, and then anything can happen in the second half.
Absolutely. So Darcy Eason with this penalty attempt from pretty well right in front. It's about 32 metres out. Hit it pretty well. Distance won't be a problem, and nor will the accuracy. Flags are up, and that's half-time here at Jamison Oval. 12 points to 8 it will be when they adjust that scoreboard. 12 points to 8 at half-time. And Marco Chetray, it's been a really entertaining first half of rugby.
It has been. I think the score reflects, I guess, the tightness of the match. Like we said, there hasn't been a lot of kicking. They've sort of backed themselves, which has sort of led to a few breakdown penalties. But you'd rather see that. As we sort of discussed with about 10 minutes ago, West had a lot of field position really, so they'll be disappointed they didn't get one more. But East have clawed back there, with that penalty goal towards the end. But I think. I guess from West's point of view, I think they'll be disappointed with the amount of penalties. Quite a few times, the referee was playing a long advantage and he went back. So that's an area they'll need to tidy up a little bit. But East have, as I mentioned earlier, I think they'd fancied themselves in a scrap. So they've done well to hang in. And there's been some good performances from the East pack, in particular. Penny Niffle, I think he's been a standout.
Yeah, he's been great, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's busted the line pretty much every time he's had the ball. He's been really good.
So it's 12 points to 8 here at Jamison in favour of West. And we'll be back with the second half after just a bit of a short break. So welcome back here to Jemison Oval for round 12 of the Griffin League or John Dent Cup season. Brett McKay and Marco Cecere with you, where the home side Wests leading East 12 points to 8 here in the Hahn Superdry John Dent Cup match of the round. Some halftime scores from around the grounds. I can tell you that Royals are leading Uni North over at Phillip 20 points to 7. It's at 20 points to 7 over at Phillip between Royals and Uni North. And out at Queanbeyan and Tuggeranong 25, leading the home side, the Whites 7. So 25 points to 7 in favour, I beg your pardon, of the Tuggeranong Vikings out there at Campese Field. Of course, the Brumbies, Australian Conference champions, they want to see you out at Canberra Stadium tonight when they take on the Sharks in the final Super Rugby quarter-final of the weekend. Let's hope it is a really big crowd of the year. Certainly ticket sales are pointing that way. It would be magnificent to see them win through to another semi-final. Of course, if they do that, they'll be on their way to Argentina to face the Jaguares after they beat the Chiefs this morning in what was genuinely one of the best games of Super Rugby I think I've seen this year, as Marco Cecere rejoins us in the commentary position here. And I've just seen the two teams split away from their huddles here now. What sort of a message I think both coaches are going to be giving to their sides here at this moment?
I think for West, I think it's just a matter of controlling that, like continuing to control the ball and just not giving away the penalties. I think it's definitely a big part of their game to contest the ruck hard, so they don't want to stop doing that. But as I said, there's probably about 6 or 7 penalties in the middle of the field, so they want to clean that up a little bit. Like I said earlier, I think West just need to get past 3 or 4 phases, and something tends to open up. So they'll want to work on the scrum. I think for East, again, getting the ball in the hands of some of their those back rowers in the second row. Anaver's doing really well, Nifo's doing really well, so they'll look to get guys around the corner and see if they can, bust through that West line.
Now, you may well have just seen an ambulance just drive through the shot there. We've got both players, both teams are out on the field ready to go, but it looks like we're just going to have a little short break here. There's one of the East second grade players has been receiving some attention. He's currently sitting up with the neck brace on. So he's going to be taken away for some scans and tests and all that sort of thing. It's all very precautionary, and hopefully there's no serious damage there. But that's just a little explanation of that ambulance. So both teams are back out underway. Dennis Bison's about to join them out in the middle. And so East will get us underway again through Darcy Eason. With the home side West leading East 12 points to 8 here at Jamison Oval. It's been a thoroughly entertaining first half in this Hahn Superdry match of the round. Let's hope the second half lives up to it, every bit of that. They go deep here, East. And Meredith gets his clearing kick away for West. It's taken well there at the back by Angelatis for East. What can they do here now? Liam Harrison, he has a bit of a run up through the middle of the East scrum half. Does well. This is picked up by Tico Twist. He managed to find another 5 or 6 metres. They're straight back on attack here, East. This is Angelatis in at first receiver, who does get an offload there to Harrison. There's certainly no shortage of enterprise here from East, but there's just a little bit of a knock-on there. Knock-on both ways, I think it's the call there, Marco, I think I saw.
Yeah, West
have got the feed, so yeah, little East knock-on first of all. They've certainly started with some intent, East, haven't they?
Absolutely, yeah. They'll as we were talking about earlier, they'll have identified this one as a game in the last sort of 4 or 5 that they want to win. They'll be both teams are going to get a bit of momentum for the run home, I suppose. So I'm sure Tim Cornforth would have spoken to them about that at half time, and no doubt spoke about the importance of starting the second half well.
It certainly feels like they've selected one of the higher gears to start the second half. There's plenty of intent from them. West with the scrum feed on their 10-metre line. Dennis Bison just blows it up. He will switch sides and have another look on the West loose head side.
Yeah, it looks like Cootsy's switched over to
switch back to tight head, hasn't he?
Which is probably a fair call. Him and Chang Tung have spent more time in those positions the last couple of seasons. So I think you'll find the West scrum will be stronger in the second half.
Does Coots only operate on the grandstand side of Jamison?
It may be a grandstand decision. Absolutely.
So we have another go with this scrum reset. Tanana feeds, and it is a really solid East and West scrum, it has to be said. Meredith comes away through Finau, gets a great short ball there to Tuolangi. What can he do? Can he find support? He's run straight over the top of Jacob Angelatis. He gets a great ball away to David Dwyer, and he'll run away and score under the posts. Well, that's a great way of starting the second half.
Yeah, nicely taken try there. Good. It shows the difference, I suppose, of having that solid scrum. The shift of Coots over to tight head certainly helped that, and with that platform they managed to just get over the advantage line straight away. Nice ball, I think, from Mills, Finau to Tuolagi, who picked up Dwyer eventually. So, yeah, nice try from West. I'll be happy with that.
When Leo Tuolangi came to Jacob Angelatis, and I thought he's got to give this ball away surely, and he's just run straight over the top of the East fullback, and I thought he might have actually blown it at that point because all of a sudden he looked a bit isolated. But David Dwyer ran a great support line as Declan Meredith adds the extras there from right in front. So all of a sudden, after what was 12 points to 8, it's now 19-8 after only 3 minutes of this second half. And just as we were complimenting East on their start, well, West have added exclamation mark to that very nicely.
Yeah, no, really good job from West. As I said, good decision from Tuolangi, really. I think, again, the temptation when you make a break or a half break, guys try to push a pass, but often you'll find if you take the tackle, go to ground, the next phase you'll look to score, and you actually do well to offload there. So good decision making, good start from West.
Got good quick ball, kept on that attack, certainly. And I think we're just going to have a little hold up while the ambulance just drives off here again. So 19 points to 8 here at Jamison Oval in the Hahn Superdry match of the round. Has been a really, really entertaining game. And you would think now that East really need to work hard in these next 4 or 5 minutes and just make sure this game doesn't get away. I think that's the danger for them at the moment.
Yeah, it is. It is, absolutely. West starting the second half so well, they'll certainly be confident. But I guess the way that the game's flowed, Brett, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he's get another opportunity to take it.
Yeah.
They'll be looking to guys like Nifo and Ever, obviously, some of these bigger forwards to get them back on the front foot. But you're right, if they'd want to do it fairly soon, I think, because, as you said, West are looking, again, like they were at stages in the first half, they're looking pretty good, and if they get a couple more, they could run away with it.
But we've had more than a few momentum swings already, so what's another one in the grand scheme of things?
Exactly, which probably good indication why these two teams are close to each other on the ladder.
Yeah.
Not much between in terms of talent, really. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the next sort of 5 minutes.
So that was all managed pretty well there by the East management and the officials, the match officials out in the middle. We'll get ourselves underway again here. Darcy East, and he went long at his last restart. Just looking where his forwards are this time. Goes a little bit shorter. It's still going to come down about 30 out. Ryan Keeley has it this time, and he's straight away on attack and finds a good couple of metres in response. West have this ball going pretty quickly already. Ben Coots gets a good offload away to Callum Ball, who again finds a metre or two post contact. Meredith goes wide, finds Liam Rash, who looking for a ball. There's a long arm with a ball extended to it. Meredith goes wide. That pass wasn't the best, it has to be said. And David Dwyer just couldn't quite get a hand on it.
It was a shame, Brett. It was definitely the right option for Meredith. He threw a nice pass, which is a little bit in front of Dwyer. But as I said earlier, he looks really dangerous, Meredith, when he runs the ball to the line. He sort of really takes it to the line, ball in two hands, and he's got a nice game.
There's a really good, really promising group of young fly halves getting around club rugby in the ACT at the moment. That you can look at most clubs, with the exception of Greybrook, Marna, Royals, and most of the 10s are all in their early 20s, which is really good to see.
Yeah, well, Mac is,
and that's not to say anything about Macca's play, to be fair. He's having a fantastic season.
If he was being honest, he'd put his hand up and he'd probably classify himself as a bit of a fossil. So he's probably older. He's probably only one older than Coetzee. But no, you're right. There's some good tens in the competition. Obviously, a couple of spots opening up in Super Rugby. With
this is
true. A lot of good fly halves moving overseas.
This is true. And
plenty of opportunities.
Mac Hansen switching from fullback to fly half for Gungahlin in the last month or so is interesting, I think, too. I think that's timely.
Once he said he looks really good.
Yeah.
Looks like he could play either 10 or 15.
Yeah, has done a good job. I'm sure we'll see him in action during the NRC later in the year. West have this, and they're going straight on attack here through Drew Southwell. Ball goes behind David Dwyer on the far side, though. It just breaks down. They've looked really good in those first few moments under attack, haven't they, West? But
yeah, they'll be disappointed with that. As you said, pass is a little bit behind and off the back of another strong scrum. So I think West will be looking to play off that.
East win this line out well. Easton goes short, finds a great that man, Penny Nifo. He's been really prominent in the ball carrying. So is Blake Enever, and he busts through another tackle. A big East number 8 having a whale of a game. Good little offload there. Finds Maliatasi. He's brought down about 30 out. What can East conjure up here? John Bosco Tongaloa with a big strong carry as well. Harrison comes short side. Angelatis. George Morso manages to find a couple of metres when there wasn't really a couple of metres on offer, and Mitch Ty has stolen it from his arms like a thief in the night. Mitch Ty and West, all of a sudden they're now back on attack. Declan Meredith looking to just get them out of their own half here now. Good post contact metres. Chan Tung finds another couple afterwards as well. Meredith goes wide here. Good little carry there from Tupi Ludaru, and they're still going on the far side. Dwyer gets a little kick in. My hit of a high tackle, I thought. There's a little bit of a knock on. Just thought that challenge on David Dwyer after he got a little tackle through might have been a bit on the high side, but Dennis...
Look a bit high from here, but you'd think that obviously in hindsight, but West really need to just hang on to that. He's obviously tried to put a kick through and he's missed it and ended up turning it over. But you'd think, again, like we've spoken about, if they just hang on to it for another phase, you'll tend to find that something will open up on that next one. So.
This is equally, we're talking about danger times for East. This is the sort of period where the West guys could be thinking, right, we're up by 11 here, you know. Make a half break. What can we do? What can we turn this into? And so, we've seen that a bit. All of a sudden, the pass is going behind the man. All of a sudden, there's a little knock on. There's a little kick that probably didn't need to be made. They've just got to pull the composure back in.
Yeah, that's right. And that's where, with a young side, and especially a young backline, that little bit of experience and direction. So they'll be looking to guys like Tanana, I suppose, and some of the, even some of the forwards, Mitch and Ryan, those sort of guys, to lead them for the next sort of 10 minutes and keep them positive.
In the last half hour here at Jamison Oval, with West leading East 19 points to 8 in the Hahn Superdry match of the round. It's a good East scrum, though, to be fair. Just working their way forward. They've done well to control at the back. They've got penalty advantage here. Liam Harrison had to go to ground. Ball sprung loose here. We're going to come back to that penalty advantage. It was good work from the East scrum. Blake Enever wasn't at the back. I'm quite sure that he was packing down at second row there. I didn't actually see who it was at number 8 that was controlling the ball very, very nicely, but they've won the scrum penalty. Yeah,
strong scrum, really strong. As I said, they've been good there all day, and West have made that change at half time, but pretty even on the hit there, but they just maintained the pressure. West maybe thought they were going to clear it, but East decided to keep it in, and it's paid off, got the penalty and put themselves in a better position.
Really good touch finder there from Jacob Angelatis. Has peeled off 20 metres comfortably. And so they can launch another attacking raid here. Can the Tricolours? Down by 11. Need to be the next scorers, you'd think. Gone to a 5-man line-out arrangement. Taken well at the back there by Enever. Eason comes wide to George Morso, who finds Angelatis, who's got Tico Twist on his outside. Goes to Tico Twist. He's still going, but he's just bundled into touch there. And that might have just disappeared behind the the East marquee there behind their bench. So just take my word for it when I explain what happened there. This will be a West line-out throw, about 7 out from their own line. East done well to challenge that. It's not clean ball for West, and now East will get the scrum feed. And there's those little moments again, Marco.
Absolutely. Some good play there from East. Really good exchange from Harrison and Easton. He's got a beautiful pass, Harrison, the number 9. He's played really well today, actually. And poor line out from West. It's probably the second or third time today they've seemed to have had a communication breakdown. And
that's exactly what it looked like, didn't it? Yeah.
You know where the line out ball's going. So this will be a big test. Looks like they're only about 10 metres out. So on the back of that strong scrum, I've got no doubt that East will try to throw this one over and pick up either a penalty or at best a penalty try.
Yeah, big scrum opportunity here now for East. So Penny Nefo is packing down at number 8. Blake Enver has definitely gone forward into the second row. And that's probably had an impact on the East scrum. We certainly
it's a
looks a whole lot.
He's very dangerous. I'd have him at the back of the scrum too.
They've got it going forward here again, East. They're doing really well. This second half scrum change that Tim Cornforth has made. Huey Edmonds is involved there as well. This scrum is going forward. Nifo picks it up. He's lost it at the back. But Liam Harrison has picked it up. The scrum half, he's gone for a dart down the short side, and that's an East try. And that's a really well worked, well-deserved East try.
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as West conceded that line out and East had the scrum, that was always going to be the play, and they've done it well. I think the referee looked as if he had his whistle ready to go for a penalty. I don't know if he would have gone under the stick straight away, but Nifo took it, maybe a little bit early. They were probably still going forward, but end result is they've got the try, and that'll be a concern for West. So this will be a bit of deja vu. They've had a lead and it's now been pegged back. That forward scrum dominance anyway is under a little bit of pressure. So East will they'll take a bit of confidence. So yeah, set up really well.
It really is. This is suddenly a really important conversion for Darcy East, and you can see he's going to be not even a metre inside the touchline. He's brought it back about 25 out, so he's going to be kicking at the best part of probably 40 metres on the angle. I don't think range is going to be an issue based on that penalty kick he made just before half-time. But it's the wrong side for a left footer, it has to be said. But an important kick nonetheless. Eason. He's hit it well. It's just hooked around to the right of the uprights. So score remains 19 points to 13 here at Jamison, and we have absolutely got a game on our hands. We were just saying before that East probably needed to be the next team to score, and it sort of feels like again, maybe there's another little momentum swing underway here as Enver takes this one unchallenged in the end. A little bit of miscommunication there from the East forward as to who was taking it, but they've got it well. Easton gets a clearing kick away. Declan Meredith is back there for West. Finds Drew Southwell, but he's knocked it on. East have been there to clean up. Yeah, the East bench you can hear reacting. But there was just a little bit of a knock on there when Darcy Easton got through on the knock-on ball.
He just had a little bit of hesitation there, Declan Meredith. When he first got it, he thought about kicking it straight away. He sort of looked to his inside and he reluctantly almost threw the pass, and it was down around.
And I think, to be fair, Drew Southwell saw that hesitation, and I don't know that he thought the pass was coming either. So.
Yeah, exactly. And as we were talking about earlier, so, it's a young side, and Declan's very young, and in hindsight, I think he would have returned that kick and tried to play a little bit of field position.
He certainly had the time to do that if he wanted to, but that's all academic now because East have got attacking scrum inside the West half on that 10-metre line there. Harrison feeds here. Scored the last try. Here's this East scrum marching forwards now. It's been really impressive since half-time. Harrison pulls it out. Easton goes short side, finds Tico Twist, tries to run over his defender in front of him, releases the ball and goes again. West have done well to hold him up. Told to release. Harrison gets a good ball away. Goes open side this time, Harrison. Good pick up there from Angelatis. Caught in midfield. Plenty of West defenders there. They're about 30 out now, East. Good little short ball there for Aaron Collins, it was. This is Andrew Whittle. Back through the first tackle. Finds another few metres after it. This is Sanda River. Young Fijian flanker, and West win the penalty. Great work there, Ryan Keeley again. I'm trying to think back though, Marco, that we did see penalty advantage was called down this side, didn't we?
He must have played that.
Yeah.
Sort of gone wide, and the referees obviously ruled that they've lost that advantage, and I think that's what the East Hooker was complaining about. I think he felt he still had that, so I feel a little bit short-changed there, but good hit by Liam Rash, who managed to sort of get a dominant tackle, which allowed Keeley to come in and get the turnover.
Again, picking the moments.
Yeah, but that scrum looks pretty destructive from East, and that'll give them confidence. If there's anything that gives a forward pack confidence, is a dominant scrum. So I've got no doubt they'll use that as often as they can.
Yeah, little half-time switch there from Tim Cornforth, Huey Edmonds as well, the East forwards coach, having a big effect. Again, the West line out, just falling over the back. And there's that man, Penny Nifo, who's been fantastic this game. Scored a try early on. Been a revelation since he switched to number 8 in this second half, with Blake Enever going into the second row. They've got penalty advantage now, East. Here is that man, Blake Enever, who's had a really strong game for the Tricolours today. Good signs ahead of hopefully, a Brumbies selection meeting later tonight. We're going to come back to that penalty advantage now for East. And what do? Do they kick for the corner, Marco, or do we utilise that scrum?
No, I think so. I think they'll kick. It was maybe 5-10 metres closer. They might go for the scrum, but they'll kick to the corner.
Angelatis does kick for the corner, and he's brought it down about 10 out. And this throw will go in. We might again be partly obscured by that East marquee behind their bench. But they go to a full line-out arrangement to East. Taken well there in the middle. Straight down to their line-out drive. West didn't compete too well. Left to just sort of withdrew from the maul a bit. East still have this though. Nifo has it going forward. On the pick and drive here again, East. Doing it metre at a time as they have to. They're only a couple of metres short too. Driving forward, good leg drive. Just have to get the ball down, you think. Dennis Beiser is looking for it. East doing it the hard way through Nifo, who's just swamped by the West defenders. Ball spilt out though. And West are going to win the penalty for not releasing. Plenty of calls from the East supporters and the bench off to our left here, Marco. Suggestions that a couple of West defenders might not have been onside.
Yeah, it looked as if, as you say, they certainly weren't happy. But from what we could see here, Brett, good scramble from West. Obviously, East really attacking the line hard there, so it's a big reliever penalty, but they're still under pressure here, West. The line-out's pretty poor, so they'll need to win this and clear it, otherwise East will fancy themselves.
Declan Meredith didn't have a lot of angle there for his touch finder. He's only found about 10 metres, it has to be said. They've won this time through Callum Ball. They drop down into a line-out drive that is now going forward to West. Caden Tanana is there, looking to pull the ball out of it. Mind you, the West forwards, they've got something to say about that. They're not letting him have it, are they?
I don't think that's coming out.
They've done well. They've managed to march this 15 metres up forward. It does come out now through Meredith. Ryan Keeley's out there in the centres. Now they're working their way again, away through Tuolungi. Ball spills loose. Harrison has it for East. Brought down just this side of the cricket pitch square. George Morceau goes in the scrum half. They go long. Plenty of forwards out on this side. About 40 out, 20 in from touch, East. What can they conjure up? Easton goes wide. Finds George Morceau over there on the cricket wicket. In a bit of space too is George Morceau. Finds his outside man there. It's a great carry. Declan Smith, I think it is, the winger on the far side. They still have this, East. They've got a back line of sorts set. They've done it up through the middle through John Bosco Tongaloa. And once again, the West defenders, they are picking their moments, and it's Ryan Keeley again, I'm sure.
I don't know if it was Ryan Keeley. It may have even been it was either Ryan.
It's Callum Ball, I beg your pardon,
Yeah, Callum, but he's done well. They do look similar.
These young forwards.
Yeah, it's good defence from West. As I said, East have they've definitely had the dominance the last sort of 5 minutes, but they've just managed to scrap enough West. It's a good fight. So hopefully they'll get a bit of confidence from that. They need some field position though. They've been camped down in for what feels like 5-10 minutes. It's
some serious confidence that they're not really contesting the breakdown, but if they get half an opportunity, they are just having a crack straight in. As
I said, it's a strength of theirs. They're doing it well, and they've won that line out, which has been weak. So it's
taken well at the back there by Callum Ball. Dropped again down to the line-out drive to see whether they can make some ground that way. Managed to march it forward 5 or 6 metres so far. It's stopped there now. Caden Tanana will get a call to use it here. East have done well. They've brought it down here now. Have they done enough? They have. And this is becoming a really, really gripping forwards battle now.
It is. Just trying to see who's making his way up from the bottom of that. I'm not sure, but as I said, they've scrapped really hard. East. They've competed really hard, and big scrum. I think it's fair to say what they'll do. They'll try to keep it at the back and try to win a scrum penalty, and probably not at the stage yet of looking at sin binning anyone from West. But I mean, if they get 2 or 3 in a row, that could be a possibility. But they could easily win a scrum penalty here and put it into the corner and try to get in front.
John Bosco Tongaloa is just getting some attention there in the middle of all that. The East prop, they did really well to reset their defence in the middle of that. The line-out drive stopped for a moment, and that was obviously enough for East just to get a bit of a reset, get the shoulder back on, if you like, and that was enough.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's from what I've seen this year, West haven't driven a lot of line-outs. It's, as I said, they tend to sort of play a fairly expansive game, but East have spotted an opportunity. I said I couldn't quite work out who was at the bottom there, but they've done well to turn that over and give themselves a really good opportunity here with about 20 minutes to go.
It sort of feels like the West forwards are thinking if we can win a line out and we can just get them all going, we might get another 5 or 6 metres and maybe a penalty going off that. So
it's an interesting tactic. Yeah. As I said,
in your own half, it's an interesting tactic. Yeah,
that's right. I mean, I would have thought they'd want to get the ball off the top pretty quickly. I mean, when the backs have exchanged, they've looked good. Meredith's looked dangerous when he takes it to the line. So interesting to see if they change that philosophy for the rest of the game.
So East with the scrum feed, about 35 out, pretty well in centre field, just on the, probably just slightly to the right of the uprights. They've got their back line set out to this open side, our commentary side here at Jamison Oval. They've got this scrum going forward though again. West have done well just to bring it to a halt. Declan Smith over there on the far side gets an offload back on the inside to Darcy Easton. Ball's been knocked down by a West player. East have still got it and still are on attack here. The Tricolours, can they be the next to score? Currently trailing 19-13 here at Jamison Oval. There's a massive tackle there from Liam Rash. They still have it though here, East. They come wide. George Morso has it. Managed to juggle it on his fingertips. They're about 15 out here now, East. Deep on attack. Big forwards carry. It's going to get them inside that last 10 metres. Angelada's in at first receiver. Finds Blake Enever, who comes back toward this grandstand side. Tongaloa with a strong carry in midfield. Still about 12 or 14 metres out. They come back to this grandstand side here. Might be a hint of high tackle. We've got advantage now for East. They're still doing it through their forwards though. This is Limbalemba. Patience here for East. Santa River. Good pick and drive from the Tricolours. They're about 5 out now. They go wide through Collins. A good little step. Aaron Collins is over. He's there. It's a try. That's great reward, Marco.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he hasn't had a lot of opportunities, Collins, today. I can't recall in getting a lot of ball in the middle of the field, but he's done well there. He showed some real good pace to get on the outside. So they again, penalty advantage there for East. There's a high tackle. I mean, I don't think it was very malicious, but he got the scrum up on his way down. So they had an advantage there anyway. So worrying for West. Good signs for East. They'll take a lot of confidence out of that. With 15 minutes to go, you'd think they'll probably be in front in after this conversion. So well placed, I'd say.
Yeah.
With 15 minutes left.
Setting ourselves up nicely for a proper grandstand finish. Darcy Easton's conversion is going to be obviously to the right-hand side of the uprights. I reckon he's going to be maybe 10 metres to the right-hand side of the uprights.
Yeah, you'd back him in here, wouldn't you? He's hit him pretty well today.
Yeah.
He's on his favoured side.
On the favoured side for the left footer as well, yeah. But an important kick nonetheless. He's hit it well, and the flags are up, and East, they've hit the lead once again. They had it early. They've had to work hard, very hard over the last hour to get it back. But they lead 20 points to 19 with just under 15 to play here at Jamison. Just setting things up really nicely now. It's been an absolutely enthralling Hahn Superdry match of the round, and Enna is going to bring this down for East. About 10 away from halfway. Replacement players starting to roll on here now. Darcy Easton under a bit of attention there from Mitch Ty. Just picked up in the tackle by Ryan Keeley. Angelatis gets the kick away. The East fullback goes straight down the throat of Drew Southwell, who comes straight back down the wicket square. Gets a little chip in over the top. Has he found touch? No, East is still there to clean up. Liam Harrison gets a ball away. They've got to work hard here now, East, trying to find an offload. Ball comes loose. They're still on attack here, though. It's gone backwards as the call from the referee. They come wide this side through Easton. He gets a low trajectory kick down. It beats Declan Meredith originally. He has to go back and clean up here. He's under a bit of pressure from George Morceau, who gets a great hit on him. They have to get a great kick away. Takiari was there to get a kick away. It was charged down. It's gone dead off the East player. So we'll come back to the 22 for a restart.
Yeah, and probably a lucky result for West.
Yeah.
The last thing they would have wanted there was a 5 metre scrum. But again, Declan Meredith, he did well to get back there, but I reckon if he had his chance again, he probably would have tried to hammer that one downfield.
Yeah.
He was very much isolated there. Takiari did well to come in and support, but he just didn't have enough time to get the clearance. So I imagine I'd be suggesting the West go long here, which it looks like they've done.
Yeah, they have certainly done that. They've gone straight down the middle, in fact. So Jacob Angelatis, East fullback, kicks this one back. It's gone as far as David Dwyer there, who brings Southwell into the play, who runs straight over the top of Angelatis. Fullback on fullback. We don't see that very often in rugby these days. This is Liam Rash. They look a bit flat-footed here, West, but Rash does manage to find a few metres post-contact. What can West do here now? They've got to find some momentum again. East looking for penalty advantage, and they get penalty advantage. They've got their tails up all of a sudden, Marco.
Yeah, they have. I've got a feeling that might have been the Lucid there.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He's probably been up there with Nifo as one of East's best players. He's been really solid scrumming around the field.
We haven't called him a lot, but he's been in the thick of it, hasn't he?
I often get neglected the props.
Yeah.
They get a lot of love, but he's been really solid. He's a big old unit. He's done well to turn that over. And it's sort of stuff like that, as I said, when you get a big turnover and you just watch East pick up here. They've got a good kick for touch, and they'll be looking to win the line out. And
it's not just a good kick for touch. This is an absolutely magnificent kick for touch. He's absolutely nailed the 5 metre line. And so East looking to stamp some authority on this game for perhaps the first time. As I said, they were the first scorers, but they lost that lead only a few minutes later. So they've got a full line-out arrangement. Again, Blake Enever looking to jump from 5. He's a lifter, in fact, this time. They drop down into their line-out drive. West have pulled out of it. East do pull the ball out, though. Collins is there to clean up, and he's knocked on. He's giving himself up straight away, too. Just clever work from the West forwards.
They took a punt. They didn't contest the line out, and they didn't bind, so there was no maul effectively. So they just had to get clear pretty quickly, and they probably threw them a little bit. They probably planned on driving it, so just probably led to that knock on. So lucky escape from West, but they'll be nervous here, I reckon, with this scrum. East will East are going to have a crack here.
This is going to be interesting. West is certainly rolling the dice here at the moment with the set piece.
I think you found it, and which is often the case. I mean, on their ball, they've actually looked fairly good, West. I mean, so they'll be looking to get a good hit. Cootsy will like to just get it a little bit forward on the tight head side, and as you say, Channel 1, if they can get it out quickly, and hopefully put in a long clearance kick, that'll be the plan anyway.
There's going to be plenty of space. There's no worries about that. They do get the ball out, though, West, and come away with some good metres up there through Finau. East are there to flood it. Meredith gets a little chip kick over the top. Can he get a bounce? He can't. Tico Twist has it. We're going to come back, though. Did I see a ball being flung in the direction of Ben Coots there?
Yeah, I think it was actually kicked. I think it was accidental from the east winger.
Yeah, it was from Tico Twist,
Got him right in the mush. I think that would have tickled. Feels like it's about 2 degrees at the moment. But I was going to say, interesting option from Meredith there, but he must have known he had the penalty.
Yeah, he must have done.
Play to him. He's going to look to find touch here. So
I thought the same thing, that this is an ambitious play from young 10, but he must have known he had penalty advantage. You mentioned that it's about 2 degrees. I said in the first half that it was a wonderful sunny skies here, but of course we've lost all the sunlight since half time, and we're actually doing pretty well to maintain a bit of movement up here in the commentary box, aren't we?
It's very cold.
Just acclimatising nicely for tonight out at the stadium.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not going to get any warmer, is it, Brett? It'll be.
No, it won't be where I'm sitting on the sideline. Yours. I won't have the luxury of someone within a metre of me tonight. So anyway, we're underway here though for East through Darcy Eason. He's tackled heavily as the ball's come loose. It's a high tackle, in fact, on Darcy Eason. Call straight away from the East supporters here off to our left is points. But I just wonder if they. I mean, they'd certainly fancy their chances at scrum, but I wonder if they might kick for the corner.
Don't know. Looks like
Jacob Angelatis is coming up here. They are going to kick for the corner,
which is interesting. The penalty would have put them, obviously, a penalty in front of West, so to speak. So they've backed themselves. It looks like they've gone long.
Yeah, he's kicked a touch in goal. Yeah, so we're going to come back to the 22.
Yeah, that'll hurt. That
does hurt.
That was a really good opportunity.
Yeah. So we come back to the point. It's a point where the ball was kicked. It's a scrum feed to West. So East will just have to attack through the scrum. Yeah,
absolutely. And the last scrum was really solid from West, as we sort of thought it might be. They'll look to do the same thing here. They've had a change at halfback. Looks like Tanana's gone off with a leg injury, and I think that's Jeff Cox, who's he's played a lot of first grade himself.
Yep,
so he
certainly has.
He should be fine out there.
Jeff Cox might have played in that same grand final we were talking about.
He did. He was
come off the bench, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he got off. He got on.
It's a big scrum
absolutely.
From West. They're working their way out of this. Meredith finds Finau, who finds East defenders in front of him. The defensive line is set. Ball's gone loose. Can East get their hand on this? They can. Collins has it. Ball spills out the back. George Morceau is back there to clean out. They've lost 10 metres East, but they won't mind that if they can set up. And they've lost the ball straight away at the first attempt. It's just little things not quite going right.
Turned a little bit scrappy, and I think probably for the third or fourth time in this half, West have struggled to clear their lines. It comes down to a little bit of decision making and experience, but they've made it really hard for themselves. And he's spotting an opportunity. They probably got a bit excited, and they've fortunately knocked on for them. So another scrum.
We've only got 6 minutes left of this second half, and it's gone awfully quick.
It has. It feels like it. Absolutely.
Yeah. I realise that I haven't, as I would normally do midway through the second half, thanked our competition partners, which are Griffin Legal, the John Dent Cup naming rights sponsor, and Hans Superdry, who bring us the match of the round this and every week. And we do again thank Rourke Projects, True Fit and Hill, PTP, McDonald's ACT, O'Neill's and Poplars. It's Brett McKay and Marco Cecere with you on the Bar TV Sport live feed. Brumbies Rugby's live streaming partner. It's been a magnificent game here at Jamison Oval, the Hans Superdry match of the round. East 20 leading the home side 19 right now, and heading into this last 5 minutes, well, it still feels like we've got a twist in this game.
Yeah, it does. It does.
It does.
I dare say there's going to be more points somewhere, so field position is going to be key. Neither side looks likely to score. It's just a matter of who's in the right part of the field.
Cox feeds here now for East. West scrum was up to it. West have held strong. Good little ball here for Tuilangi. Finds Drew Southwell, who goes back infield, who finds Finau on his outside. Cox is there. He finds Meredith, who goes wide. This is Ryan Keeley up through the middle. Gets good quick ball there back for Cox. Liam Rash is out wide. So is TP Litteroo. So is Chen Tung. Ball's gone a bit loose there on the far side. Litteroo's there to clean up though. West on the reset. Meredith comes wide to Mitch Ty, who busts through a tackle up the middle. There's the West captain. Gets through a second tackle. He's got no one in support. He's brought down about 15 short. They've got there finally in numbers. Meredith has this. He gets through a tackle himself, does the young number 10. Goes again, Declan Meredith. He's going to get over the line, Declan Meredith. It's a try. Wow, talking about the exuberance of youth just before, and it's paid off in spades.
Absolutely. Well, beautiful try from Meredith. He had a lot of work to do. There was a fantastic break from Mitch Ty. He busted through what seemed to be a pretty big hole, and then he did really well just to hold his feet. He didn't have a lot of support there initially, but he, as I said, he kept his legs pumping, waited to get some support, good clean out. And Meredith, we've spoken about him a lot today. He looks great with ball in hand, and that's just rewards. I mean, you got to have a crack, and he's backed himself. And sometimes it'll trip him up a little bit, but he's young and he's learning, and that's a fantastic try. Well done to him. You
described it really well. Mitch Ty, when he made that break and busted through the second tackle as well, there was a real danger he'd be isolated, but he did manage to hold his feet, and that was crucial in the end. That was the difference between maybe an East turnover and ultimately 5 points for West. So yeah,
it's hard. 3 minutes to go in a game. They're the sort of efforts that make a difference, getting to someone to make that clean out. It's not the glamorous stuff, but West did well to get there. So, and well done to Mitch, getting a bit of treatment at the moment. Is TP Latero, I think he's probably cramping the big unit.
Yeah, he is too. Declan Meredith converts. That's going to push the score out to 26 points to 20. And I just wonder, with 2:45 on the clock, is there room for another twist yet?
I dare say. I mean, I don't know how accurate that clock is, Brett. We got stung a little bit earlier in the year when we thought we had, when West had Tuggeranong, but there was about another 7 or 8 minutes left. So
lessons have been learned since that day, though, I'm sure.
2.5 minutes, I reckon there's more points yet.
East goes short. Liam Rash has it on the cricket wicket square there on the far side. West win the penalty here now. Great way of getting out of their own half. They can take their time now.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't blame East there for contesting hard. They realise there's only 2 minutes left, so a bit of experience here. Hopefully, from West's point of view anyway, they'll slow it down, try to get a bit of field position and just try to keep it tight and hold on to it for a couple of minutes.
It's not a bad little touch finder there from Declan Meredith. They'll have a line-out throw inside East's half. My fingers are now so cold I can't open my phone. So we're underway, which means I'm not going to be able to get some updates on those other scores around the ground. But that doesn't matter. West, what can they do here to try and put an exclamation mark on this game? They've done really well to get themselves back in a position. Meredith has a drop goal attempt. And it's just gone under the crossbar.
Geez, I don't know what that's done. That looks like it went very close.
When I saw him shape to kick it, and I thought this is going to be ambitious, and he had plenty of attention around him, but he's got a good piece of it. He's kicked it dead.
don't know if that's gone under or to the left there, Brett. It's either way. It didn't look far off, but
either way. East have got us back underway. They've kicked it over towards Blake Endeavour, and he's taken it comfortably in the end. Inside the last minute here at Jamison. East need to find a way out of their own half. They come here to this open side. What can George Morceau do? Tico Twist was there, couldn't link up. Harrison looking for runners here now. Brought down heavily on around about the 10-metre line. They keep going to the open side. Easton finds Angelatis out the back. There is Andrew Whittle, who's had a fantastic game. Managed to find the 10-metre line. West defensive line looks really well set, though. Easton with another short runner. Harrison goes short side. There's been an intercept. There's been an intercept for Milungi, Dualungi. Mills Finau, it is, I beg your pardon. I'm confusing my centres here.
Yeah, Mills
Finau, it is the try scorer.
George Smith at the last World Cup, where he's actually just stolen that ball off him in mid-tackle, and he's run away with it. That's a fantastic finish. So I don't think anyone would have expected that, but well done to Mills. He's taken the try brilliantly, and put it beyond doubt, because East would have had a crack there. And
I wonder if he's injured himself.
He's just tired, Brett. He hasn't run that
You might be right. You might be right. So West are going to win this game. The scoreboard is going to say that it was pretty comfortable in the end, but I think it's been far from that. It's been a really entertaining game. 31 points to 20 with a kick to come here for Declan Meredith. You would think he's going to find a mark here soon. He's got to find a ball first of all. And it's almost a shame, Marco, that the scoreboard in the end is going to say a 12 or 13 point gap, because there certainly hasn't been 12 or 13 points.
I agree. Yeah, I think as we've discussed the whole game, I mean, it's sort of seesawed, hasn't it? But I mean, for a long chunk of that second half, it looked like East had that forward dominance, and we're going to get that try to get him in front. They had the option to take the points, go for the line, or take the scrum. They went for the line out, and it didn't work out. So, really good game. As I said, it's certainly closer than that little blowout at the end, but well done to both sides. West
have scored 2 tries in the last 3 minutes as Meredith's conversion goes over, and that is full time here at Jamison Oval. West 33 have beaten East 20. 2 converted tries in the last 3 minutes has got the home side out by 13 points when they were down by 1 inside the last few minutes. It's been an absolutely incredible game. What we haven't done, Marco, is to throw up some man of the match suggestions for PTP and Truefit and Hill. I don't know where to start.
It's tough. I mean, it's one of those. There's been some standout performances from both sides, really. As we've mentioned him a lot. Penny Nifo from East in the second row. I mean, especially in that first 20-30 minutes, he was destructive. He made plenty of yards every time he had it. I actually thought Harrison and Easton did really well.
At the halves they were really good, weren't they?
Distribution was really good.
Blake Endeavour was really strong for East. Played a really good role. Made that switch into the second row at half time and did that quite effectively. For the home side, I mean, again, where do you start? Rash and Bell in the first half, but then Keeley and Mitch Ty
I think anyone
in the second half.
To be honest, as I said, Declan Meredith did really well to take that second last try, which should have swung it in West's favour, and he's got to be really commended for that. But I agree. If I had to pick one, it'd probably Liam Rash. He put on some really big hits in that second half, which just lifted the team a little bit. But like you said, Ryan Keeley, Mitch Ty, they play every week. Front row did well. They turned that scrum around in the second half. So solid all-round performance, really.
Plenty of suggestions there. We've thrown up 10 or 12 names there for the for the judges. So we'll see the winner in next week's edition of the Stampede Club Rugby program. West are back at home next weekend. They'll host Queanbeyan here at Jamison, while East they head to ANU North to take on Uni Norths. We're heading to Nichols Oval for Gungahlin against Tuggeranong in the Hahn Super Dry Griffin League or John Dent Cup matches around. Don't forget the Brumbies tonight. They want to see you out at Canberra Stadium where they take on the Sharks in the quarterfinal. Let's hope it is truly the biggest crowd of the season. But that's a wrap from us here at Jamison Oval. Thanks for your company on Bar TV Sports. For Marco Cecere and the team, I'm Brett McKay. Enjoy your rugby. Go the Brumbies tonight.